I welcome you again to this section. In this lecture, we are going to learn how divide and conquer approach can be used to design the binary search problem. And this binary search problem we have already applied for searching a key item in a list of items or key element in a list of items in our previous semesters. In this presentation, we will see how divide and conquer approach is used to design this binary search problem more detailed, and also we will compute the time complexity of the binary search problem. So we will see the problem definition in the first slide. So let A of I, where I ranges from 1 to n, be a list of elements that are sorted in non-decreasing order. So what is the prerequisite of binary search problem? The first line of the problem definition, from it is very clear that we are giving an input list or a list of items that are sorted either in ascending order or descending order. So in our today's in the here we consider whether we assume that this list of items are sorted in ascending order. That is what non-decreasing order. Non-decreasing order. We can even that is we can convert the same algorithm, or we can design the binary search algorithm for descending sorted list also. Descending the sorted list that are sorted in descending order. The problem is to find whether a given element X, that is a key item what we want to present, is present in the list or not. So in the search means normally we need to search means we want to find whether a given item is there in the list, and if it is the item is present, then the search is successful, and we the algorithm return the position of the index value, or the value index value, or the position of the item where it is present in the list, right? So that is the position what we say, that is equal to j. And if it is not there, if item is not there in the list, then the algorithm returns 0. This is the problem definition. Now how to solve it? Now come to the solution part. Let p equal to n comma ai to al comma x, where n indicates the number of items in the list, ai to al indicates the items in the list starting with the ai, that is a lower index value, and l indicates the higher index value, and x we want to the item what we want to search in the list, right? So for example here, if n value is equal to 8 and the I is starting from 1, that is low value and index value, or and l is equal to 8, 1 to 8, and if we consider index value starting from 1, and if it is starting from 0, then a I, that is the I indicates a 0 index value, or the called the subscript value in a list or array, and l indicates 1 less than the number of item, that is equal to 7, right? I hope this is very clear. Now what is the main idea of binary search technique? So the main idea is we will find the middle item in the list. First step, we are going to find the middle element in the list. How to get the middle element? This is very easy. So from with the help of the lower index value and higher index value, add this and divide by 2, we will get the middle items. Right. So in this case, just assume that n is equal to 8. Right. And lower index value is equal to 0. And higher index value is equal to 7. And if you are taking 0 to 7, then it is equal to 1. We have to add one more. And if you are taking that is equal to lower index value is 1, that is better for implementation. We take lower index value 1 and higher index value is equal to 8. Then 1 plus 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4. It is not 4.5 because that is the index values are integers. It won't consider the fractional part. Right? That you are very familiar how to find the middle item and all. So otherwise directly if you are taking the index value from 1 and the upper index values, that is the the number of items, the size of n, that is same as the upper index value, then directly divide by that upper index value L divided by 2, that will get the middle item. That also one more way you can get the middle item. So once we have the middle item, then what we do? Compare the middle item in the list with our search item. So we want to search the item that is equal to X, whether X is present or not. So we will compare. Then if the based on this comparison, we can come with 3 different situations. We can come with 3 different conclusions. Right. So the first situation, if the middle item in the list is equal to the search item, what we want to search, in this case, search is successful. So in the first time itself, we will when we calculate the mid index value, and we compare the mid item with the search item, and if it matches the same, the search item itself in the first attempt, then no need to proceed further. That is the best time complexity. We are not checking any other items in the list, because the search is successful. We can return the index value and we can stop with a comment search successful. And that is in the step 2. Now in the third step, the second not the third step, second case, if the item, the search item is less than the middle item, in this case we are very sure that the search item is less than the middle item, and we are very sure that item, if the search item may be present in the left part of the list, and we are sure it will not present in the right side, because we have a list of items that are arranged in ascending order, arranged in a ascending order. So this indicates if X is less than AOQ. AOQ indicates Q is the middle value, index value. So AOQ is the item, middle index value, that is an item present in the middle index value. So X is less than AOQ. In this case, X has to be searched only in the sub list AI plus 1 to AQ minus 1. So AI is the lower, I is the lower value. So starting with A1. So therefore the problem reduces to Q minus I. That is, Q assume that we have the n is equal to 8. N is equal to 8. Number of item is 8. And we find the middle item. The middle index value is equal to that 8 divided by 2, that is equal to 4. Right? And lower index value is I is equal to 1. So what? The middle item is not equal to the search item. So we are very sure, that is and one more condition that is satisfied, x is less than the search item is less than the middle item, that is AOQ, then only we need to search the left three numbers, that is A of 1, A of 2, A of 3, because A of 4 already we compared, and no need to check in the right side, that is why it is q minus 1, because q is 4 and minus 1 is I minus q minus I, that is I is equal to 1. So and ai to aq minus 1, so a1 a2 a3 and a3 only, because q is 4, so a 4 minus 1 and x is that is in the, we restrict the search in the left subpart. On the third case, if the search item is greater than a middle item, that is our third situation. So then we are very sure x may be present in the right side. If the item is present, then it is present in the right side and it never present in the left side. So we can reduce the problem into L minus Q. It is not L minus I. You see here, L minus Q. The pointer shows that L minus Q, comma, A of Q plus 1 to L, that is in array numbers, and X. Now, in our example, we have considered 8 number of items, n is equal to 8, and we have checked that is the middle item, and mid index value we got it, and it is 4, and mid item is not equal to search item, and then we compared whether the search item is less than the middle item, that also the condition also false. Then the third condition is true, then the remaining numbers, that is a4 till a of 4, that is a1 a2 a3 a4, these four items are not the search items. The remaining four numbers, that is four numbers, that is why we are getting L is 8 minus Q, not I, 8 minus Q is equal to 4, that is 4 item, total number of items, and A of Q plus 1, because A of 5, Q is 4 plus 1, that is A of 5, A of 6, A of 7, A of 8. We need to search these four numbers, whether any one of these numbers are equal to the number is equal to the search item. So this is our the way or steps how we can apply the binary search algorithm. Now see the recursive binary search algorithm. I told that in the first class, the divide and conquer approach is based on the recursion, and we need to write the problem or algorithm in a recursive way. So then, that is, we can derive the recurrence relation also from the recursive algorithm. We can derive the recurrence relation, and we can compute the time complexity. We can solve the time complexity based on the recurrence relation. Now this is the recursive binary search algorithm, and we will see the non-recursive binary search or iterative binary search algorithm also. It also works very similar. Now see the recursive binary search algorithm. So this is the function heading, function definition. So in the function definition, what is there? This integer indicates the return value. Binary search is the name of the algorithm or function, and type indicates the type of data type, and A is the list of items. So it indicates that type A square bracket means A belongs to which type. If it is the items are integer, then it is integer of A square bracket, that is A is an array. If it is the items are that is real numbers, then it is float. If the items are strings, then it is character, right? So that is the array what we are passing, and then it is integer I is the lower index value. So we are stored in all the items in a list, in an array. So we expect to store all this in an array because we want to divide it. So normally for the divide and conquer approach, that is we are using the array or list. List are stored in the form of array, not in the linked list, not using the linked list. Okay, so the index value high, that is a lower index value, and j this l indicates a higher index value, that is the upper index value, low and high. So in our case, if the number of items are 8 and lower index value is 1 and I and L is equal to 8 and type X. So type this type and this type are same because we want to search the item of the same item, but we want to search that should be equal to the same type of the array items, array elements, right, or list items, So if it is integer, this type also integer. If it is float, this type we want to search is equal to, that is X value is also float. And if it is an that is array of string and we want to search a string, whether the string is present or not, in a given list of n names, in strings, n strings. So the explanation is given here. And then what? Then this is thus when the body of the loop, when we are entered the body of the loop, we can see that this is from here to here, the body of the loop, body of the function, binary search, because the recursive function. So when we are going to write an algorithm using recursion, we have to keep it in mind that the body of the function, the recursive function containing two parts. The first part is, and that you see, that is called the base condition, or it is called the terminating condition. From here, if L is equal to I, it is not 1 is equal to I, it is L is equal to I, that is indicates high equal to low. If the index values are same, what is meaning of index value is same? If the number of items in the list is equal to n is equal to 1, in is 1 is equal to 1 and the higher index, lower index value is 1 and higher index value is 1, then that is very small, the problem is very small, no need to divide, and then what is the item containing only one number, then we need only one comparison. We want to check whether if x is equal to a of I or x is equal to a of L, because I and L is same, I and L are same, I equal to L. So x is equal to a of I, where x is what? Item we want to search. Item what we want to search in the list. And if this condition is true, you return the value of index I, or you can return the L, because that is in the person in the only the item in the list containing only one item, and search item itself is equal to that item, and it is present in the item containing the first index value. Item is stored in the first index value or subscript value, so return it. So return the value I. And if the list containing only one item and this condition false, then it returns 0. It stops. No need to search, no need to proceed it, and it return 0. This return 0 indicates, and that is why it is written 0, because the index value started from 1. So return 0 indicates that is search unsuccessful, and return I indicates any other value, any other positive value indicates that is equal to search successful. So this is called the terminating condition or base condition. Each and every binary search algorithm should contain one terminating condition, or that is a base condition, because when we are dividing the problem into B subproblems, and for each subproblem we are calling the function again and again recursively, and at some point, that is the recursive function should stop, the calling the function again and again should stop. So that is why otherwise it will enter an infinite loop. The problem will, the control will not come out from the algorithm, or that is when we convert into program, that will not come out from the program. So this is very important. So this is our, when the problem is very small, immediately, that is directly we are getting that is the result. And if L is not equal to I, means I is greater than 1, that is L is not equal to I, means N is greater than 1, that is the else part. So what we are going to do? Reduce P into a smaller subproblems. How? That is, we are finding the mid value, that is equal to I plus L divided by 2. So I is in this case, when our example, that is n is equal to 8. So index value started from 1, and the last final value, that is a high value of index values, that is L, that is 1 plus 8, that is equal to 9. 9 divided by 2 is equal to 4. Because it is integer, mid is integer, so it won't consider the fractional part. So then what we are finding the middle items, and then we are comparing if x is equal to a of mid, and if x is equal to a of mid, return mid. Whenever a return statement execute, control transfer outside, control transfer from function, that is return transfer outside to the function. Control transfer outside to the function means it stop executing the program, this binary search function, and control transfer to the main program where it is called. So that is called the calling function. Control transfer to the calling function. So this condition, that is first time if x is equal to a of mid. So here also if it is x is equal to a of mid, then we can say it is the best time. No need to check other elements in the list. So return mid. And if this condition false, then what we are doing, if x, we are comparing once again, if x is less than a of mid, then we are sure item is, if the item present in the present, then no need to check in the right side, it is present in the left side. So what we are calling the same function within the return statement, binary search. Though you see that the same function with a is the, that is the list of items, entire list of items we are passing, but I is what? I is the first value what we are passed, that is equal to 1 index value, and mid minus 1, mid is already calculated 4, and mid minus 1 is 3. So what we are calling, so we are passing the same list, and 1 2 3 and x. So we are calling the function here. If this condition is true, we are calling the function again and again with the different parameters. For this first time when we calls, these are the formal parameters. And mid is the local parameters. So it saves, it will create an activation record for the first time when it calls, and store all the formal parameter values, because the values are, the array is same, and I and L values 1 and 8, and x is same, and mid value what we are getting, that is here it go to, and is initially it may contain some garbage value, then after calculating it will contain the value 4. So all these values are stored in the activation record. And when we call the function again with the different parameters, again it will create then activation record for the second call, and it is this list is stores again, and I values 1 again it stores, and mid minus 1, it is for this activation record the mid value, that is L value is equal to mid minus 1, that is equal to 3, and x is equal to the same value it stores. Repeat. And if this condition is false, then control transfer here. So it returns same, call the binary search again. A, that is list, mid plus 1. You see that is the lower value is changed here. Lower value is that will change here. So mid plus 1, that is changed, and L is same value x. So, and this process will continue, that is repeatedly. And each time when the function calls, that is activation records creates, and the activation record is stored in the stack area, and why we call the stack frame. When the function calls, each time a stack frame is creates, and it contains the formal parameter values and the local parameter along with the return address and the previous frame pointers that will be studied in the recursion, right? Now, so we can also the same way we can write an iterative binary search, that is a non-recursive algorithm also we can write. The idea is same. Now you see that is what is the iterative binary search algorithm. So it returns integer because it is returned the index value, or it may be 0, that is also that is integer. Though if the search success, it returns the index values from low to high, and otherwise it returns 0. And the binary search, the function name and type, these are same, n is number of items, and x. So what we are doing here, so if we are assigning low is equal to 1 and high is equal to n, because the index value start with, assume that index values are starting from 1 and the high value is the value equal to the size of the list, that is equal to n. So if it is 8, high number of items 8, then high is equal to 8. So this condition within a while loop, now you see, that is while low is less than equal to high, because we have already seen this program, this non-recursive algorithm or iterative binary search algorithm in our first module. That is why I think that is no more explanation is required. Whenever this condition is true, so low is 1, high is equal to 8, assume that n is equal to 8, so low is less than equal to high, this condition is true, find the mid value, find the mid value. So what is that? Low plus high divided by 2, so 1 plus 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4, that is 9 by 2. So then what we are doing, if x is less than a of mid, x is less than a of mid, so a of mid is equal to the item what it is stored. Now then if this is the condition, then that is high values changed and it's mid minus 1. Otherwise, that is the third case, that is x is greater than a of mid, then low value will change because we need to check only the upper part, so mid plus 1. So then what happen, if this condition falls, this condition falls, then it is sure that it is these two conditions are equal, greater than less than conditions are false, then it is equal to mid. So that is, if it is equal to mid, that is the search item is equal to the mid item, which is very sure search item is equal to the mid item, so return mid. And this will repeat whenever the low value is less than equal to high. We will simulate this with an example. Then it is very clear. Now whenever this condition falls, low is greater than high, then control transfer outside while loop and it returns 0. So whenever this condition is true, it try to find the item in the list and return the mid value, return one index within the range 1 to 8 in our example. Okay, now we will simulate with an example. Let us select the 14 items in a given list. So there are the list containing 14 items, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. So index value starting from 1 to 1 2 through 14. Okay, now we want to search 3 items in the list. The first case we want to search x is equal to 151. So the low value is initially passing, that is low is equal to 1, high is equal to 14, because it is starting 1 and 14, and 1 plus 14 divided by 2 is how much? That is equal to 7, right? Because integer, mid is integer, right? So seventh value we are checking. So seventh is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 7 is seventh item is equal to 54. So 54 is not equal to 151, right? And then what happened? It is not equal. So then we are checking whether 54 is less, the search item is less than 54. No, this condition also false, because the search item is 151, mid item is 54, this is greater than, that is the mid item, so we are searching in the right side upper part, so changing the value of low. Changing the value of low is in the second pass, what we are doing, the second recursive call. So we are passing low with mid plus 1, mid is 7, 7 plus 1 is 8, 8 plus 14 divided by 2, that is equal to 22 divided by 2, that is equal to 11. 11 is, that is equal to the 125. 11 12 13 14, so 125, index values are 125. For this second recursive call, again that is equal to, we will check, that is the mid item is equal to the search item is 151 and this condition false. Then again check, it is 151 is less than 125, so this condition also false. So the third situation is right, so because 151 is greater than 125, so what we are doing, we are changing the low value and is equal to mid plus 1, so 11 plus 2 11 plus 1, that is equal to 12, 12 plus 14, see 26, 26 divided by 2 is equal to 13. So 13 is index value here. Next interaction we check, that is x with 151, and this is not equal, mid, this is not the same item, so this then we are checking the next whether x, that x is less than is 142, and this condition also false. Again that is equal to that is x is greater than 142. So 151 is greater than 142. So search in the upper part. So what is that? We are changing the lower value, that is equal to mid, that is equal to 13. 13 plus 1 is equal to 14. 14 plus 14, 28. 28 divided by 2 is equal to 14. 14 and 14, the item is 151 and the x is equal to 151. So this is that the same item. So it returned the value 14 and it found. Now similarly, we see here, that is next second case, we can search. This is unsuccessful search, right? The 14 minus 14 is not there. So what we are doing? So start with that is equal to low high, that is 1 4 and it is mid value 7, that is true. Then what is the mid value is compared with the minus 14 and this is not true, and mid value, that is search item minus 40 is less than the mid item. Yes, that is true. Seventh item is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, that is this is equal to it is less than 54. So what we are doing, that we need to search on the lower part, we no need to search in the upper part. So that is we change the value of high. High is equal to mid minus 1. So 7 minus 1, that is equal to 6. So lower value is 1, higher value is equal to 6. And 1 plus 6 divided by, that is divided 2, that is 7 divided by 2 is 3. So the third value is what? That is equal to 0. And the search item is minus 14. So it is not equal. So again we compare, because minus 40 is less than 0. So that is again sure whether if it is percent, then it is the lower part. It is not in the upper part. So first from here we 54. Now we will not check all these items. We are eliminating half of the problems. And then what we find the mid item, that is 0. So we found that this item is not equal to the search item. So we are not checking the remaining 3. We again reduce half. And the search item, that is the third time when we search, what we are doing. So lower part and 6 and it is 3. So again lower part when we are going, and high is reduced to mid minus 1. 3 minus 1, that is 2. So lower value we are not changing. So 1 plus 2 divided by 2, that is 3 divided by 2 is 1. 2 divided by 3 divided by 2 is 1. So index, that is mid value what we are getting, that is 1, and it is index value minus 15. So minus 15 is not equal to minus 14. So then we check minus 14 is less than minus 15. Whether minus 14 is less than minus 15? No, because the minus 14 is greater than minus 15. So when we are the minus values, then it is less. So minus 14 is greater than minus 15. So we are sure that the item is present in the right side. So we are changing the value of, we are changing the lower value equal to plus 1. Lower value is already mid value is equal to 1. So lower value is equal to plus 1 with the mid. So mid is only 1. 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. So what we got the value mid item is equal to 2. We got the mid item is equal to 2. So mid item is equal to 2. So that is equal to, that is minus 6. So again, when that is we are compared with minus 6 again, and it is not equal to, that is not equal to the search item minus 14. So we are checking, that is minus 14 is again, that is greater than or less than. So minus 14 is less than minus 6. Minus 14 is less than minus 6. So we want to reduce the high value, and that is why here 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So in this case, now you see low value is 2, high value is equal to 1, and while low is less than equal to high, this condition falls. So control transfer outside, and it found that is equal to not found, right? Not found. Similarly, you can trace this for x is equal to 9. Do it. Okay. Analysis. What is the time complexity? So during the explanation, I told the best case, that is in the best case, the key is in the middle in the array. A constant number of comparison, actually that is a just one comparison is required. So it is always, that is a constant value. So that is the best case what we can say, that is go to, that is the item is present in the middle item itself, that is a middle index, middle item is the search item, then it is the best case. Otherwise, worst case when the items are not present in the list, or in the maybe the we assume that we are searching in a very large list of items, and assume that the item, the list size is go to 1 lakh, and the item we are finding that is the last stage. But keep it in mind, each time we are dividing the problem into half. We are reducing the problem into half. So what happened now? So this is the maximum time when we create a tree like this, then the depth of the tree. The depth of the tree is equal to log n. So the worst case time complexity is equal to log n. So that is why sometime in case of successful search it may take maximum number of comparisons. So that is the last stage when we get the result. We found we will, if we find the item in the last stage, last iteration, then also that is go to, then also the, this is a worst case, it is a worst case. Now what is the average case? The average case, first we are finding the middle item, the first iteration when you are get, that is a first time complexity. Then if it is not in the first comparison, second time when we compare it, we are getting, that is another result. Third time when we are compare another, when we are finding the third middle value, fourth middle value, like that. All the position, if we assume that all these position when we compare, take the average of all this time complexity, and average means what? Add the sum of all the time complexities in each position, each possible position divided by, that is n, divided by n, then we will get the average time complexity, and it is almost equal to the log n base 2 only, log n base 2, and less than less than or equal to log n base 2. So the successful searches, the best case, that is go to, that is, it is a constant time. When first time we will find the middle items, and the worst average case also log n base 2, and worst case it is go to log n, that log n base 2. So unsuccessful always that is go to log n, because it is the search item is not there, so we need to simulate all the, we have to find many middle values, and finally when the condition low is less than equal to low is greater than high, then the condition that we can decide that item is not present in the list. Then what about the space complexity? So when we are using the iterative algorithms, the additional space is required. We know that is for each time when the function calls, the space is needed for creating activation record, right? For each time it create an activation record, and in the activation record it contain all the formal parameter values, local parameter values, previous frame pointer values, return address, etc., right? Return, etc. So when assume that the recursive function calls 10 times, 10 activation record with a 10 different set of values it create. So this is the additional space. But the recursive functions, because divide and conquer approach normally designed using recursive function, but the codes, that is the coding is very easy, and even the, that is actual space complexity is little high, little more when compared to the iterative algorithm. Okay, advantage of this algorithm is efficient on very big list, and can be implemented both in recursively or iteratively, that is the advantage. And limitations, so it is interacts poorly with the memory hierarchy, requires sorted list as an input, so this is the condition, but the prerequisite, so it is the sorted list you have to give. Due to random access of list element needs array instead of linked list. Normally binary search is applied only to the items list stored in as stored in a array. Lists are stored as a array. So linked list we are using pointers, right? So here we need the index values from dividing the to find the middle value, all that is array is a suitable data structure to store the list of items.